Did she really think that dress was appropriate for this venue?
And they put her right next to the kitchen.
They moved her to the back table because she was a single mother. They laughed when her old shoes peeked from beneath her dress. 10 minutes later, the most powerful man in the room walked straight past every wealthy guest, stopped in front of her, and said 5 words that silenced the entire ballroom. There you are, my love. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional stories with shocking twists, impossible love, and unforgettable endings, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Now, let's begin. Nobody noticed Ivy Brooks when she entered the Grand Meridian Hotel. She wasn't late. She wasn't early. She was simply invisible. The ballroom glittered beneath crystal chandeliers, overflowing with expensive perfumes, designer gowns, and conversations about luxury vacations and business deals. Waiters floated through the crowd carrying silver trays filled with champagne. Ivy adjusted the sleeves of her navy blue dress. It was elegant. Just 5 years old. She had spent nearly an hour ironing every wrinkle because buying another one wasn't possible. Her 7-year-old son Noah had hugged her before she left. "You look like a princess, Mommy." She smiled at the memory. To Noah, she always looked beautiful. The world didn't agree. "Ivy?" She turned. A woman in emerald green looked at her with forced excitement. "Savannah." The bride hugged her briefly, too briefly. "I didn't think you'd actually come." The words landed harder than Savannah realized. "I received the invitation," Ivy replied with a smile. "Right. Well, enjoy yourself." Before Ivy could answer, Savannah was already greeting richer guests. That was the first reminder. She wasn't here because she mattered. She was here because forgetting to invite an old friend would have looked bad. The second reminder came 3 minutes later. The maid of honor walked over carrying a clipboard. "You must be Ivy." "Yes?" "There has been a little seating adjustment." She pointed toward the back corner. The planner accidentally mixed up the seating chart. Ivy looked across the ballroom. The table beside the dance floor had her name removed. A new card sat in its place. Instead, she was now seated beside strangers near the kitchen doors. She smiled politely. It's okay. But it wasn't. She knew exactly what had happened. The guest list had quietly been rearranged. Successful people in front, everyone else behind. As she crossed the room, whispers followed. "That's Savannah's old roommate. I heard she's divorced. I thought she had a design company. Apparently it failed. Single mother now. What a shame." Each sentence chipped away at her confidence. She lowered her eyes. She'd spent years pretending words didn't hurt. They always did. Dinner hadn't even started when another embarrassment arrived. A waiter approached. "I'm sorry, ma'am." "Yes?" "Would you mind helping us carry these centerpieces?" She frowned. "I don't work here." The young waiter turned bright red. "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry." Several nearby guests laughed. One woman covered her mouth. Another didn't even bother hiding her smile. Someone whispered, "I thought she was staff too." Heat rushed into Ivy's face. She wanted to disappear. Instead, she thanked the waiter, because dignity was the only thing nobody could take from her. Across the ballroom, someone had watched everything. Damian Cross. Founder of Cross Nova Technologies. 34. Self-made billionaire. The youngest entrepreneur ever to build a billion-dollar healthcare software company in the country. Money never impressed him. Character did, and the woman everyone ignored had more dignity than everyone pretending to matter. Unfortunately, someone else wanted Damian's attention. Vanessa Sterling. His ex-girlfriend, beautiful, famous, rich, dangerous. She crossed the ballroom like she already owned it. "There you are." Damian sighed. "I was hoping you'd finally understand that we're over." She smiled. "We're never over. I've told you 100 times, and I'll ask 100 more. She leaned closer. Everyone knows you'll come back eventually. No. She laughed softly. You don't even have another woman. Damian looked across the ballroom. His eyes landed on Ivy. Alone. Embarrassed, still smiling despite everything. An idea formed. Dangerous. Ridiculous. Perfect. Ivy had just decided to leave early. She reached for her purse. Then, someone gently touched her hand. She looked up. The room seemed to stop breathing. Damian Cross stood beside her. The Damian Cross. The billionaire whose face appeared on magazine covers every month. Before she could speak, he smiled warmly. There you are, my love. Silence. Every conversation stopped. Champagne glasses froze halfway to lips. The violinists kept playing, but nobody heard them anymore. Ivy blinked. I'm sorry? He squeezed her hand, just enough to send a message. Trust me. Please. Then he looked toward Vanessa. I've been looking everywhere for you. He kissed Ivy softly on the forehead. Gasps echoed across the ballroom. Vanessa's smile vanished. Her eyes narrowed. Who is this? Damian answered without hesitation. The woman I'm seeing. Lies had never sounded so convincing. Ivy's heart pounded. What is happening? She should pull away. She should expose him. She should run. Instead, she noticed something. Fear. Not in herself. In Damian. He wasn't pretending for fun. He genuinely needed help. For reasons she didn't understand, she decided to play along. She slipped her hand into his. I told you I'd only be a minute. His shoulders relaxed almost invisibly. See? He said to Vanessa. I told you she was worth waiting for. Vanessa laughed. Coldly. This is funny. She circled Ivy slowly. Designer shoes. Old dress. No jewelry. No luxury handbag. No offense, Vanessa said. But this is the woman you chose? Ivy remained silent. Vanessa continued. I've spent more on my necklace than she's probably earned all year. Damian's expression hardened. You've just explained exactly why I didn't choose you. The room exploded with whispers. Vanessa's face burned. You'll regret embarrassing me. She stormed away, but not before whispering one sentence only Damian heard. This isn't over. The ballroom slowly came back to life. Music resumed. People pretended not to stare. They failed. Every eye followed Ivy and Damian. Savannah looked completely confused. The maid of honor nearly dropped her wine. Even the wedding photographer secretly turned his camera toward them. I owe you an explanation, Damian said quietly. You owe me several. He laughed for the first time that evening. I deserve that. I don't even know you. My name is Damian. I know who you are. And you're Ivy. She frowned. How do you know my name? He nodded toward the seating card still resting on her table. I read it before walking over. She exhaled. That made sense. Barely. I need one favor. What kind? Stay with me for the next hour. She almost laughed. Do I look like someone who belongs in your world? No? His answer surprised her. You look like someone who belongs in a better one. For the first time that evening, someone truly saw her. Not her clothes, not her bank account, not her mistakes. Her, against every instinct. She nodded. 1 hour. He smiled. 1 hour. Neither of them realized that decision would destroy powerful enemies, expose secrets buried for decades, and change both of their lives forever. Meanwhile, across the ballroom, Vanessa wasn't crying. She was smiling. She picked up her phone. I need everything you can find on Ivy Brooks. A voice answered. Everything? Vanessa looked at Ivy dancing with Damian. Every debt, every mistake, every secret. If she doesn't have one, her smile grew darker. We'll create one. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to like the video and subscribe, because what happens next will make this wedding look like the calm before the storm.